Hey everybody, welcome to Four Fat Guys. This is Josh, the producer. As usual, the guys just started talking, so I went ahead and hit record. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Aired out a little bit. Now we got to smell your crap.
You know, mine smells like bug spray because I was out in the woods.
I don't think that's all it smells like.
Today you were out in the woods?
No, but all week I have been.
I hope you've taken your shoes off before all week.
Yeah, you just wear them all the time.
He's got trench
He goes
foot.
to bed with these shoes on. I think, never mind. I didn't know if we were on or not.
Yeah, we're on.
Wait,
We've been
are we
on
really
for-
going to have to smell his feet all night?
Yeah,
This
you're
isn't a
smelling
joke.
his
This
feet
isn't
now.
this isn't a gag.
Yeah, look at him. He's got that smug look on his
You know what?
face,
You're
too,
welcome
like-
to go to the studio in your houses.
Jeff's
How about that?
Jeff's a cornucopia of inconsiderateness.
Hey, I think now
doing
that
some
we're
mic
making money,
adjustment.
now we're making money, we should consider building our own studio.
We're officially in the black.
We are. Well, no.
Oh, we're not. How are we officially in the black?
How in the black? Do you understand
Oh,
what the
yeah,
black and the
listen,
red
if you
mean?
want,
So
listeners,
we're less in the red.
advertisers, if you want to check out our numbers, please contact our accountant.
We're less in the red, but
We're less in the red.
yeah.
That's
You know how much
true.
that flash drive
This
right there
costs more
cost?
than what we made.
That was $30, and I bought 2 of them.
So we're
Nice.
Good job. Way to contribute.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. When are
Can we
getting the air
take a quick
conditioning in here?
tour around the world of some of the people who have been listening to
Yes.
Four Fat Guys?
Yeah.
They're joke listeners because they saw 4 fat guys. They go, oh, let's listen to 4 fat guys.
They're
I bet
probably
that's
rabid
funny.
fans. You don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know these people.
Why don't you just shut up
All right,
over
we'll
there,
start. We'll
stinky-
start a
stinky
little
feet.
closer to home. Hello, Canada.
Hey, Canada. Hey.
Roach, you
Canada.
got Canada bashing to
Yeah,
do?
you gonna
No,
bash
I like
them
Canada.
down?
Please bring back the Canadian maple cream.
Oh hey,
That's Tim Hortons. That's not. That's not.
Well, Canada needs to complain about it.
Well,
hey, I'm Ryan.
oh, there's Ryan.
You know what? I'm not doing that crap. I'm not doing it.
Jeff refuses.
This is
to do it.
Josh.
Yeah.
Roach and Jeff sucks.
Okay, that's traditional.
Oh,
Who
I
else
think
we got?
We got some listeners down in Mexico,
Mexico.
Great Britain,
I've been to Mexico many times.
I've
Germany,
never been to
Belgium,
We used to
Norway,
go to Tijuana all the time.
India, Vietnam, Japan, the Philippines, and Australia.
So you know why? All those European countries agreed with my take.
Yeah, they didn't hear that one. The BO one, you
No, we're
ding
gonna
dong.
we're
The
gonna
lack of
No, okay.
no,
let's
we're gonna
move on.
pass on that take.
Let's move on.
We-
Move on.
Why do you make us repeat it?
reset
You don't
the.
have to repeat it.
Hey Ryan, can you reset that thing on the wall behind you for how many xenophobia-free episodes we've had?
Hey, can you remind me what horrible thing we said?
Yeah, this is true.
it wasn't horrible, and your wife backed me up.
Hey, but my family is still up in arms over the whole wedding that's happening this weekend, right?
Oh, my
Is that
God.
today or
That's
what?
well, when our listeners listen to it, it will have already happened. But
Is that
Yeah,
I
tomorrow?
think
What-
it's tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Hey, I just
Every
want to say
day,
this.
every day.
I just want to say this. Grumpy old man who agreed with Roach's take that it's stupid.
It is.
His whole family informed me that they got up at 4 a.m. when who was the other princess? Who's the other one that got married?
What's it? William?
William married who was it? Kate. Right?
Yeah.
When
Middleton.
Kate Middleton.
Why should I know that?
The whole family.
That is precious real estate in your brain. that
He
you don't
came
know.
out with that pretty quick.
Well, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what. I guarantee you, grumpy old man didn't get up at 4 a.m. to listen to it.
Yeah,
I
well,
certainly didn't get up
his
and listen
family
to it.
got up, and again, I thought I mentioned this, but my family again yells at me all the time that what's her name? Who's
I
getting
love how
married?
much
Marco,
Megan, is it
Meghan
Megan?
Markle.
I
yeah,
love
Meghan
how
Markle
prepared you were for this
is an-
anecdote.
Is an American.
well, I
So-
don't understand what the point of that is. though.
They keep saying that you said over and over, nobody cares about this because they're not American. and they're just saying she is American.
Well, them marrying one American doesn't make the royal system American.
Well, whatever.
How many Big Macs would the Royals have to eat before they became American?
Well, none if they went to a certain McDonald's.
Can we go to something that's factually based and not based in opinion? Would that be okay?
No, we can't do that.
So, if you remember a couple of episodes ago, Roach made this.
I clearly don't.
I don't remember.
Roach made this really absurd comment at the very end of the episode.
You know, we got a lot of votes on that, I noticed the other day.
Yeah.
Votes on what?
Which absurd comment did I make?
So
that you're
Roach,
talking
Roach
about?
made this extremely absurd comment that he used to not eat before Steelers games.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah,
fasted
yeah,
before the
he
Steelers game.
he'd fast
and he
before
would
Steelers
fast
games.
to make the pizza taste better.
Yeah.
On that topic, I seen Steelers 10 things you can do to prove or things you do if you're a big fan. And they did not have not eating before the game on the list. I was shocked.
Shocker.
So clearly I'm
Have you-
above them guys.
All right, on a side topic, has anyone noticed that Roach always says, I seen? Constantly says that.
Has anyone noticed Jeff complains about everybody?
Well, he also calls it, what's it called? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
It's
So I said,
Pittsburgh.
well, where's Pittsburgh? When they get an NFL team? Is that in Pennsylvania too?
Although my family always tells me that he's the funniest guy on this show, too.
Who, Roach?
Yeah.
Your own family
My
says
family
that?
says
Man, that's
that.
brutal.
And
that's
let
nice
me
of
make
him.
one other comment that I was told that I sound like I'm drunk all the time when I'm recording here. So
Well, I will say our good cousin Johnny, who's been listening quite frequently to our podcast, did say that he thought it was hysterical that Roach talked like this was something that people actually do, just throwing it out there like, oh, hey, you guys remember when I fasted before Steelers games?
I
like
didn't
it was
remember.
something normal.
'Cause
I
I
thought-
guarantee you I would have called them stupid several times.
I thought Stubb knew.
I don't remember that, but
But I mean, he didn't do it every game. Just
did
like,
we,
you know.
we did a Twitter poll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
give the results.
What's the results of that?
So I asked our fans.
and I'll tell you what I answered.
if
if
this
you
was
even commented.
I asked them if this was something that they thought was reasonable or if this was just plain ridiculous. So the options for the answer were, absolutely, this is something that people do because it's good karma. The second option was, no, that's ridiculous. And the third option was, I still hate you guys.
I think
I know
I selected, I still hate you guys.
I think we got quite a few that said, I still hate you guys.
So 64% of our listeners said, no, that's ridiculous.
That is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Stupid.
And how many said they hate us?
18% said that they
18,
hate
so
us.
what's 64 and 18?
Well, that's
82?
That's above our.
Yeah.
Ah, so
yes,
So 82% pretty much said you're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 said I'm awesome.
18% said that it is good karma.
18%
I
felt
wanna-
sorry for you.
Now I know
Who
one
are
of
these 18?
I know one of the people who was in the room said, "I still hate you guys," but I do like that there are people out there who saw the Twitter poll and said, "I can't just scroll past that. I got to tell these guys they suck. I got to let these guys know that they're just terrible."
If you're one of those
and I
people,
agree
let
with
us
them.
know.
I agree with them.
Let
Jeff
us
probably
know.
did that too. He probably.
You can't vote more than once, or I would have got us up a lot higher than 18%.
It would be interesting if you let us know which one of us you hated the most as well.
We could do a Twitter poll.
Would it
Yeah, I
be-
think we should do a
We
Twitter
could.
poll on
We
that.
I
do a
think I
Twitter
could win
poll.
that one.
Win that one is
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, it'd be the worst. They hate me the most.
It could be grumpy old man. It could be drunken stub. It could be the millennial.
Everybody
stupid
hates a
roach.
diabetic.
Yeah. Hey, my K Dub.
Yeah, K-Dub.
She pointed out she waits now every episode to see when I'm going to drop that I'm a diabetic.
Yeah, we're sick of it.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen every episode
Well,
now. You just brought it up, not me.
How many minutes did it take this time?
I didn't bring it up. Angry old
let me
man
check.
did.
Let me check.
Yeah, but why would I bring it
Under 10.
up? I bring it up
He brought it
because
up. I
it's
am-
brought up every show.
Well, I am diabetic.
He's having pizza tonight.
Well, you know what he's trying to do? It's kind of like on those TV shows where they say, previously on Four Fat Guys. He's just catching up any new listeners who are jumping in on episode 17.
Yeah, but every episode they say previously I'm for fat guys. Stubb mentioned he's a diabetic.
I'm trying to create an audience of
Well, think how much he
Diabetics.
mentions it in his real life, because it's a lot.
Well,
Does anybody recall our Cousin Love episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Yeah, we also conducted a very scientific poll as to
We didn't get many responses to that
not
one.
as many, no, but definitely asked people if it was ever acceptable to marry their cousin.
That was probably too creepy for people to answer.
69% said no way.
what's wrong
Wait,
with these
how many?
people?
Look at the moral codes of the United
Yes.
States. That's all I can say.
69% said no way.
0% said
I loved
why
that
not.
it was 69%.
Right?
15% said if it was a distant cousin, and 16% said we're the worst.
Wow, that's staying pretty consistent.
So yeah. I mean, there's.
I don't think I voted on that one.
there's a solid.
I don't think I did either.
15 to 20% of our audience that just hates us.
Probably our wives voted on that one, saying no way, that's ridiculous, or I hate these guys. There's either one.
I will give. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but Grumpy Old Man recently went and watched Quiet Place.
I did.
A scary movie.
No spoilers.
How is that even
No
possible?
spoilers.
Yeah, why would you do that again? Why would you
Well,
save it?
Scary movies different from horror, in my opinion.
So was this was
I say it's not horror. That was not
What's
horror.
the difference?
Scary can be a thriller that, stuff happens that is freaks you out.
Like tense.
right, like
Yeah,
a thriller,
tense.
like I don't think
Silence of the Lambs.
Right,
There
I
you
don't
go.
think that's a horror movie. That's a thriller.
And that's what I
And it
found
is
on this
scary.
one.
So another extremely scientific poll.
Not many responses on that
And
one.
not
either.
many responses, but I asked
Get on it, listeners.
I mean, we're talking thousands as opposed to millions.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I asked if our listeners thought that A Quiet Place was a horror film.
Well,
and
half of them haven't seen A Quiet Place. That's the problem.
That's the thing.
Well,
if you didn't
fine.
see it, how can you answer?
52% said yes, they thought it was, and 48% said no, they thought it wasn't.
There's
so,
52% idiots
So
out there.
I think I think that's pretty evenly split.
I
as
can't
to-
that's on it because I didn't see it yet.
It's definitely
Roach?
not a horror
Have
film.
you seen it?
I seen the commercials. My son said, "Well, why would they want to live? That's stupid." And I said, "I'd like to live there
It's-
I don't
I'm
even
telling
know-
you,
I
because
don't
then you
even know
guys
what
could
you're
talk
talking
all the
about.
time."
it is a well done film. Very well done.
This is the dude from The Office.
The
right?
Office, yeah. And he was fabulous
What's
in the
his
film.
name?
John Krasinski.
He did this movie,
The,
right?
the acting in this film was very good.
Right.
Very good.
I like him. He's good.
Yeah.
Josh, did you see it?
No.
No. Why
Thank
not?
God.
I have a
Okay.
2-year-old, so I think
Your
the
life
last
is
movie
over.
I saw was probably
Lion King
2014.
15
Lion
times
King,
this
yeah.
week.
Thank God Dax Shepard wasn't in the movie. Otherwise, Roach wouldn't have had any clue what the commercial was even about.
I just saw Dax Shepard today on. What did he do today? Something happened with Dax Shepard.
It was
many
probably a
times you
Skype call with you, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't
No.
that. But
It wasn't our group chat?
It wasn't that. No.
How many times are we going to talk about Dak Shepard?
My DAC chat?
I'm sick of talking about Dak Shepard.
Like, come on.
Friend of the show, Dax Shepard.
Dak Shepard is not a friend of the show.
He is. He probably voted on all these Twitter polls we did.
You know what? If Dak Shepard comes and does a podcast with us, then he's friend of the
We'll
show.
do it remotely, too.
Until then-
we'll Skype him in.
He's just another idiot that's out there that's not a friend of the show.
Wow, Dax, you are not an idiot. But if you'd like
There's
to
a
do
lot of
the
idiots
show,
that are not friends of this show.
So it's
Well,
okay
that's
if you're
true.
a friend of the show.
Oh, yeah. If you're a friend of the show, you're cool.
You're a cool idiot.
Yeah.
All right. Are we going to talk about was it Tim Hortons?
Yeah,
or-
let's circle back around to we
Starbucks.
talked about Tim Hortons
It was
Tim Hortons
Starbucks or
earlier.
This
no,
is
I
what,
believe it was Tim Hortons.
Was it Tim
Yeah,
Hortons?
yeah.
This is what Johnny
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
talk
You were
about.
showing that yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Did
in
you
my
ever
life.
see the one in the supermarket?
No.
Hey, can we fill the listeners in?
All
here?
right, so
Stub, you want to give us a lowdown on
Look
So-
at idiot. Doesn't even know. He's like
Can you fill me
clueless.
on
I
what's
get
going
this.
on?
I get this. Somebody sent it to me, and I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? This is unbelievable." There's no volume on it. You don't hear anything. But there's this woman that's all I see is she's yelling at the guy at the cash register of a Tim Hortons. She's yelling, then she's got like a coat wrapped around. Where was this at? Was this Ohio or
I think
something?
Johnny said it was in Ontario.
Okay. She's got a coat, like tied around her waist,
And
So
to be
sh-
clear, we did mention earlier that we do love the people of Canada. So
And I love Tim Hortons
Yeah.
too, but this woman was she
didn't.
didn't love it. No, she takes off her coat, and then you see like there's a wall behind her. She like walks back to the wall, drops her drawers, takes her pants right down, squats down, takes a dump right on the floor.
Pinches one off.
Right there, you see it drop to it. It's so disgusting because it just drops down on the floor. Then no, you think that's bad
And
like this.
You know
is
what? There's
terrible.
no backsplash.
You think this has got to be the worst thing you've ever done? But no, then this woman, with her pants still down, reaches down and grabs it, throws it at the cashier.
Yeah, you know what I can't figure out? Why would she pull her pants back up before she throws it?
She's got more to do.
Because clearly
more
she's
food to
working
do?
with
No,
100%.
so then she whips the poop at the dude. Then she grabs like the napkins off the counter, wipes her butt.
Did she fold or scrunch?
I think
you
that was
zoom?
a scrunch. That was definitely a scrunch.
Can we get the CSI team to enhance?
We're gonna have to enhance. 'cause
Clearly,
I,
there's something wrong with scrunchers.
I do think she scrunched on that.
Well, it'd be weird if she took the
A
time
folder
to
wouldn't have done that.
carefully fold.
Well, she had to do it twice too because she didn't get it all when she scrunched the first
You
time.
can't tell when
You
you're a
can't. When you're
scruncher.
scrunching, you don't know what you've got.
Oh, she needs to be clean.
So she does it once, whips that at him, does it again, whips that at him, and then turns around, pulls her drawers up, and walks out the of the
Okay, they
restaurant.
need to like arrest and put her in a
She should be
facility.
in jail for like a long time.
Well, come on. She's mentally
Something's
unstable.
wrong with
I mean,
her.
I hope so. I hope
She
that's
has
the
to
case.
be. That's not normal activity.
if she's not, then she.
You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, if there's like she's trying to fight it, like they shouldn't send her to an insane place. She just played the video. Like
well, there's a video
the
on.
judge would be like, "Okay, you're out. You're going into the."
I don't know where it is. It's in the United States, I think. But there's a woman walks in. It looks like it's like the frozen aisle of a supermarket. So just a supermarket. I can't believe you guys haven't seen this.
And this one also doesn't have any audio.
No,
It's just the
there's
security
zero
footage.
audio. Yep. She walks around the corner, but this woman, this one is worse in my opinion because I think the other one's crazy lady.
Right.
This one just had to relieve herself. What she does is walks around the corner. You see her look around.
She's looking to see if anybody's watching.
if
She
anybody's coming.
scopes.
She yanks, squats, drops a plop, pulls her pants up, and walks away like nothing happened.
That is gross. And this is
It's
a
so.
supermarket.
I'm talking. If you look at the time at the bottom of the video, standing up with pants on before the poop to after, what would you say? 10 seconds.
If that.
It's fast.
She pile driving
I mean,
it out.
it's
She
worth.
really had to go though. The poor woman was suffering.
It was like that's the kind of thing you would expect from like a
Was it-
NASCAR pit
All right,
crew.
I got a couple questions though. Was it solid?
Oh no!
No, it kind of looked floppy. I'll say this.
All right.
Him,
You gotta wonder. Like,
Oh,
You've
save
been-
Yeah,
us.
Ryan,
Hey,
you gotta
listen.
wonder.
we've all been in situations where you got to go when you got to go.
right.
And I think that was one of those situations for her. Just happened to be in the supermarket.
But what supermarket doesn't have a
wouldn't you
bathroom?
Make it to
I
a
don't know.
Look,
bathroom.
but if you
And so, hey, sometimes if you think like a super Walmart, you can be a long way
could
away
be a
from
long
the
way
bathroom.
away.
Look,
But-
and I'll tell you, I've gone, and I'm sure all of you have, and we probably shouldn't be talking
Okay, moving on.
but
do we have a break yet?
I've been in there a couple times where, man, I just made it.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
gotta admit
that's
to that.
definitely
Part
happened.
of it is the anticipation.
But
Like,
you're
I
on
know.
the
the closer you get to the toilet, it's like, oh, it's more and more.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm telling you, I've dropped a couple from to a foot off the seat.
can you imagine though the first person that comes around the corner of that grocery store
Steps
and
in.
you're, they had to step
Because
in
it does look like she's close to the end of an aisle.
She was close to the end, and it's right on the edge. I think of the corner of the. We should bring it. We'll bring it up during break. I'll show it to you.
No,
no, we don't want to see
Aren't
that.
you really like though? If you're in a supermarket like that, don't you just say, "All right, I'm pooping my pants now."
Well,
You
that's
go to the bathroom.
well.
you
Sometimes
can't make it.
Sometimes
then you
can't
make the
it.
chance. You try.
You ever heard of
Well,
irritable
you can't
bowel
try.
syndrome? Huh?
Yeah,
Not,
well,
not
then you don't
everybody's
go to-
perfect like you, Roach.
You don't go to the supermarket then.
Don't you just start like running
Maybe
then at that
isn't
point?
there is a disorder,
Running could
right?
dislodge
Oh
it.
yeah, then it just starts
I'm saying
coming
you're
out.
mental if you do that.
I don't think this woman was mental.
I
think-
disagree.
Listen,
Not the second one.
there is a medical disorder where it just like
Irritable-
comes on quickly. And
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, irritable bowel syndrome.
That's right, and they're wearing diapers.
She didn't have hers on.
She forgot it.
She
Roach.
didn't have
You
hers.
never
She forgot
forgot
it.
it.
She
You
thought
don't
she was
forget
gonna be
Because she
anything.
forgot she had this syndrome, and she
Well,
just
she
went out of the
forget
house like, I
many
gotta get
things.
some bread and some milk, and is there anything else going on in my life? No, I don't remember
And she
anything.
dropped the Tootsie Roll.
People who have that
There's something wrong
disorder,
with her.
it doesn't. It's not like they were born with it.
Yeah, sometimes it
Maybe
just
this
comes
was
on.
the day she got it.
That's
This was
right.
the day
Nah.
she
She
caught
never
irritable bowel
realized she
syndrome.
had it, and then all of a sudden she's at the supermarket, and it's like, ooh.
So
shit,
I'm
it's
saying
coming
me-
on.
I take the loss in my shorts.
Me,
right?
yeah.
I take
Well,
the
yeah,
loss
that's
in
what
my
I'm saying.
shorts.
You have to have a mental problem.
This
There's
woman,
something wrong with
The
her.
question is,
maybe she had a lot of shopping to do and didn't want to feel that mess the whole day. Huh?
What she felt though, you said it was a little slippery.
I can't remember. It looked like it was.
If it's a little slippery, then she just pulls her pants back on and leaves. There's stains, and it's like
Listeners
but
at
it's
home,
not like
Ryan
a
is
big
Ryan's
pile.
currently trying to push his face
Well,
inside
it's
of his
not a
head.
pile. All right, but say you take the loss in your shorts.
That I would.
Do you get rid of them, or do you try to wash them?
Oh, you
No, that's-
discard those. Those go to the poop.
You discard your whole outfit.
Wait, where did they
Yeah, but
go?
where do they
They go
go?
like to the poop Hall of Fame or something. Those you can't keep them.
No,
No,
you
you're not
discard your
keeping
old
them, but-
outfit.
Do you throw like I'm not throwing them out anywhere in my house either, though.
Oh, you don't want anybody to know.
Exactly.
You throw them in the trash, and you
That's what they-
Trash in
That-
your house?
no,
But it's
in the
kids'
trash
That's what-
bag and take it right out to the.
No, that's what the garbage cans at drive-throughs are for. That's the only reason. You don't have the food yet. Why do they put it there?
Can I just tell the world, I have never, ever, ever once wondered about anyone else's bowel movements and this.
I mean, it's just human, man.
It's human. I wonder because this woman at Tim Hortons, that was solid. That was a solid.
See, I didn't see the video, but I did
You
see the one.
gotta
In
watch the
I
video,
saw the
'cause
one in the supermarket.
But this is the problem with cameras everywhere. There's stuff we don't need to see.
Yes, this is the problem.
I would rather some crooks got away with some stuff than having to see this.
Well, it's out there. You would never have to see it because you don't know how the computer works.
I know how it works for what I want. I don't want to look up poo poo.
He knows. He seems to find the royal family plenty often enough.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
on everywhere. It was on TV today.
Well,
It's always on TV.
Is there
Anyways.
speaking of which, is there a Roach's rant this week?
No.
Of course
no,
not.
No, okay.
Of course
All right.
not.
So
Why do any work for the show?
what are we like one every 6 episodes at this point?
I think
Whenever he
that's a
feels
good
like
pace.
Yeah.
Whenever
We're
he
gonna be
feels
doing
like
a
it.
million of these. Like, what am I supposed to do on every other? Do 500,000 of them?
we got to be close to a break, anyways. Isn't it food time?
Don't we have some people
I'm
to thank
starving
before
to
we go to
death.
break?
I'm kind of hungry. What time is it?
We'll thank him after the break.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
got to be any minute now.
Oh, the food.
The food is
Well,
any
that's
minute
who
now.
cares about the podcast. Let's eat.
You know what? We're going to be taking a break and then eating, and then we're going to start the podcast up, and we're all going to have to go to the bathroom. I might drop one right here. I'm sorry. man.
Hey,
Stubb has a one-in, one-out policy when it comes to food.
I'll talk to you after the break.
All right.
You know what? How'd you like the wings, Roach?
Well, they were good.
I thought they were okay.
You didn't like the wings? You know what was wrong with the wings?
Not done enough for you.
Yeah, I like them extra crispy.
I don't like them too crispy, though.
Do we have to
I
get
like
everything
them.
the way you want?
No, we
We had to
didn't.
get a thin crust pizza,
I got the
and
thin
then
crust pizza, and then I ordered two things of your stupid barbecue that
Roach
I don't
didn't even
like.
eat them.
What are you talking about? I ate like 10 of them.
That's it?
I had pizza too.
Well, that doesn't really count as pizza when it's thin crust, does
Does
it?
Ryan even know we're back to this?
I don't
He's
mind the
playing
thin
Candy
crust.
Crush or some bull
It
crap.
probably is.
Candy
It
Crush.
probably is.
What is he, a housewife?
While you guys talk about food, I'm gonna do other more important things.
Okay. What could that be?
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
Yeah.
It's probably some stupid wrestling thing.
No. Who likes wrestling?
Nobody, I don't think.
Yeah, well, so anyways, I did get to see the pooping lady
Oh
in the supermarket.
Ryan, did you see it?
no, I refuse to
You know,
watch.
you know what the funny part is when I looked it up, I found another one. And this woman, she drops her drawers, and there's a woman standing in the aisle. And she drops her drawers and sits in one of those, like, produce cabinets or whatever they call them.
It's a freaking epidemic.
Yeah.
Why aren't more people talking about the real problems in our society, like grocery store?
But
pooping?
anyway, the one
Hey,
I talked about.
I disagree with you. This woman is nuts too.
No, I don't
And
think
here's
so.
why. Here's
Oh
why.
my, I can't believe it's an argument. You
Yes.
pooped at a store, you got problems.
I don't think she was.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because she did it very nonchalantly. Like she clearly does look around a little bit, but then she drops her drawers.
She got it done and
comes
got out of there.
And I would say,
Oh, so because she can poop in the middle of a grocery store aisle confidently, she's got to be screwed up.
no. This is. I'll get to the part where she screwed up. She pooped. It did look like it could have been a little runny one.
It was a
It was
plop.
a plop. It
wasn't
wasn't
a
like
log.
a hard log.
It wasn't a Tootsie Roll.
There was no bounce.
There was no. It just splat right.
I
on
hate
the-
everything right now.
Do we have a topic?
But listen, then she strolls out like she doesn't run. Like if I have to
You
poop, like
can't run. That's saying, hey, I just pooped on the floor. I'm running.
I'm running.
You
If
can't run.
Oh, so you just go doo doo doo. I
Yeah,
don't know what
because
happened here.
Then if
There's
somebody
some
comes by and she goes,
crap laying on the floor.
Anyway, this aisle smells terrible.
Wow.
right, she acts like,
She turns around and is like,
wow,
oh
who
my
did that?
God,
Yeah,
I'm-
exactly. If you
Somebody
go run
should.
and they
Hey,
know
go
you're gonna
roll the
poop late.
tape. Call security and have them roll the tape here. We got to
I think
catch this
that
poop
woman
bandit.
continued shopping after that.
Oh,
I do too.
that woman's
No, that's
crazy then.
That is crazy. If I
you
just
poop
pooped
in a
in a
store, you're
store, I'm
crazy.
getting the heck out of there.
No one poops in stores unless you're crazy.
Well, let me just tell you.
I'll say this.
People are pooping in stores because I just saw two of them.
Hey,
I question the people that use just the bathroom at some stores.
listen, I'm
Well,
going to
yeah,
say
that's
this.
a real.
There is some stuff
This-
in some of those bathrooms.
This was just on the news. Some superintendent, I think at a school,
Did we talk about this last week?
Oh yeah, it was pooping on the track.
pooping on the track.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
This is an epidemic we got going on here, people.
What, but did we ever find out why he's pooping on the tracks?
Something's wrong with him mentally. What? He was trying to fertilize
This
the
is
grass?
a guy
He's
with at least
crazy.
a master's degree.
Maybe the budget was a little high at the school, and he was trying to help
He
out.
was- this.
Has something against
I
the
mean,
track
he was
coach?
repeatedly doing this.
Well, some schools do that, like cow plot bingo. Maybe he's just saying, "Hey, let's save on the cow budget."
No. Let's not make it out like this cow plot bingo is really a thing. That's like middle of nowhere thing.
Hey,
There
maybe
is
that's
cow
what.
plot bingo,
Maybe
though.
we should
I've
change
never
cow plot
understood that.
bingo up a little bit, and you get 2 or 3 people with irritable bowel, and you just make them walk around out there until they can't take it anymore.
Well, apparently won't take
So
very
what?
long.
Who's the winner? The one
The first one that plops, you bet on them.
Who? Oh, so we stand around
In 1,000
and go,
years,
look
when they
at-
write the history of the
There's no
fall of
way
this
Rob
country,
can
that
vote
would be the
that.
start of the
Here we go.
chapter.
Number 10 is my guy.
Look at him.
When did we know? When did we know that the civilization was going to crumble? Well, they did have that day that they had a bunch of people with IBS run around a football field. Well, they bet on which number they were going to poop
I
on.
think that could win. Would they?
Yeah, that was probably the turning point. That's probably.
Are you guys saying I'm onto something?
I think
No,
you're onto
no,
something.
I'm not.
Yes.
I'm starting to think this might be our most offensive episode ever.
That's really. That's saying
Hey,
something.
Poop is a common everyday thing. We need
yeah.
to laugh at it.
It's all feces all the time, and now we're bad mouthing people with IBS.
We're not
using them-
bad-mouthing anyone.
We're using
'cause
them
I
as
kind of
bedding.
have it a little
The
bit.
guy, the superintendent that got in trouble, he didn't have IBS. He was
No.
just
Yeah, that
There
was
was a point.
intentional.
He
There
was-
was some
He was
issue.
mad at something, so he was doing that.
I hope so.
I'm beginning to think the woman in the grocery store, she might have had a grudge too. 'cause
No, I don't think so.
She was too slick.
My take on her is she walked in. She had to go. She had to go really
Oh,
bad.
they're
No,
crazy.
because even walking up to when she did it, look at when you have to go really bad, you're like fidgeting, and it's like, oh,
You can't really. I mean, the film's not that good. Maybe she was fidgeting.
I didn't see fidgeting.
But anyway, she walks up. She's got.
Now it's JFK back and to the left, back and to the left.
This is
And
what I
now
think
it's our
happened.
most offensive episode.
She was walking.
Thanks for
up-
getting us over the goalpost.
She was
there.
walking to her spot, right? She was walking in the store.
Yeah.
And she, the urge hit her.
See,
You know how it does, right? You know how it does.
Not like that.
No,
And
no.
10 seconds
Did
later,
you watch
you're
it,
pooing.
Roach?
No,
why did none of you watch the?
All right,
because we
so-
were eating.
Hey, no, listen.
We're
on
trying
the,
to analyze
on the
this.
NFL Sunday shows, there's never been a sports center where the guys haven't watched the plays.
Yeah.
you got,
right.
You got to know what you're talking
Yeah,
about if you're
you
going to be on
should've
the
watched
panel.
Prepared for the podcast.
I don't need to.
No, this
they're
is-
crazy.
When we
End of
sent
discussion.
four videos of women pooping in grocery stores to the group chat.
No,
There
this
was
is
no reason why you couldn't watch that while you were eating your pizza and wings down there.
this has definitely become Kevin Costner and JFK. They're trying to analyze poop videos.
So anyway, all right. So this is what I
to
think
find
happened.
out the level of guilt for the people involved.
Okay.
This is what I think happened.
All right.
So the urge hits her. She knows she's got to go, and just as she realizes that, she looked at her list and it was really long, and so she thought, I can't do this whole list with this pain. I gotta leave it. So she found a spot. She relieved it, and then she went and did her shopping.
Did she look for a
See,
bathroom?
I want
She picked the
close-ups.
aisle. She picked the aisle that she knew she wasn't buying anything in.
We need a close up of her face because I don't see any.
You gotta
I don't see any pain. It looks
You've
like
got to
she's
enhance
just-
the reflection on the other side of the freezer section.
You really don't see her face.
No, you don't see it, but I think you could zoom in closer. I want to see, is there like a little, some sweat beads or something?
Maybe we can
You
get the
know,
FBI to look at the video and get you some better footage.
Yes, there needs to be better footage
Crazy
of this, 'cause
people.
I believe she just said, you know what? I'm taking a dump on their floor. I don't
Law and
care.
Order for Fat Guys is it's a dumb show.
We're definitely gonna have a spin-off podcast. Fecal court. Dun 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 dun.
Hey, all I could tell you is I typed in woman pooping in the store, and there were several of
There were
them.
several that came up.
And now he's on so many watch
There's
lists.
an epidemic.
And we're not saying it's all women. That's just what I put in because I was looking for the woman.
There's an epidemic. We're gonna zoom in on this person, and we're gonna know who it is. We'll-
Listeners, can
We'll
you
be like,
just
"Oh my God,
please
that's
tweet?
Mom."
Listeners, please tweet at Four Fat Guys Show every topic that we've had in the previous 16 episodes where Jeff has said this is stupid. Why are we still talking about this? Because he's been leading a conversation
Well,
for 25 minutes
I
about a
just wanna
woman
say
pooping
the
in a
other
grocery
one.
store, and he's not done.
The other one I
Let
saw.
it die.
Hey, wait, now listen.
Why did you show me the other one?
Because we didn't have time. The other one I saw.
He's
this,
got all this surveillance footage on Blu-ray.
this woman, you see her face clearly. And there's another woman right in the same aisle across from her looking at it the other side of the aisle.
Obviously crazy.
No,
Something's-
that's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe
Some people just
Listen, I used to work at a supermarket, and this is the truth. There was a woman. Now she really was mentally. She was unstable, but she would come in and she would poop herself, not drop her drawers to do it. Like that's total crazy.
I think that's better.
I do
Way-
too.
way
but-
better.
But
Way better.
It would fall through her pants. Like it didn't stay there.
So you didn't get.
So
you didn't
you-
get a big plop. You just got driblets.
You got dribblets, and you had to follow her out with a mop because she did that. This
Oh,
was for real.
yeah.
Ugh,
That really happened.
that's awful.
You shouldn't be telling personal family stories.
Do we
I've never had an accident like that.
do we have anything
Has
else?
anybody else had an accident like that?
Do we have a topic? Maybe
Do
a
we
speed
have
round with
literally
yours?
You know
anything
what?
else?
I think they had accidents.
I'm
Yeah,
willing to
I
talk
think-
about finger legs and leg fingers again. Do we have anything?
I thought Roach had something.
No.
Roach does, yes.
yes.
it
He
was
does.
5 minutes ago. You told us you had.
He said he
something.
didn't want to tell the story, but he has to tell.
Can we
the
first talk about the bombshell that he dropped on us at the break? when
What
he,
bombshell was that?
when he said that he's going to be missing like 4 weeks this summer.
Oh no, he's
I
not.
think-
We're
I think writers are fans. You need to write into us and let us know. Should we just replace him? Is his time up?
I think so.
What celebrity should we hire for 4 weeks to play
Celebrity
Roach?
should you hire?
well. I got one.
You know what? Hey,
Dak Shepard doing.
I think I'll play his role because you sit there and you don't say anything.
If
Well,
Dak,
it'd be easy to play your role.
if Dak Shepard is available, we will gladly kick Roach out in a heartbeat
We would-
forever.
If Dak Shepard ever contacted us and said, "Hey guys, yeah, I'm available," we wouldn't know what to do. We would be.
Oh, we wouldn't believe it.
We wouldn't believe it. What are we gonna fly him out to Buffalo and then drive him an hour out?
He can
to-
pay for his own flight.
You know what's far more likely? We're going to get an email from him saying, "Please stop talking about me."
I don't blame him.
All right, Roach, tell us your story.
Okay.
Listeners
True
are dying to
confessions.
hear.
A few episodes ago,
Yeah,
we
it sucks
had
already.
the most embarrassing things of your
Oh,
life.
now you're finally coming out with one?
So I was re-listening to the shows while I'm working on my house,
It's like, this Roach guy sucks.
and it occurred to me that I had one that was much worse.
Oh,
It
didn't
just
want to bring
occurred
it up.
to you.
Didn't want to bring it up
He's known
before.
this story. He
He
knew,
knew
it
it
the
that
whole
day.
I
time.
didn't know it at the time. I really didn't. But as I've listened to it, I'm like, oh man,
this is
I can't believe I
repressed
didn't.
memory.
That one didn't come to my head.
Please don't tell me you crapped in a grocery store.
No,
Is this feces related? Should we move
no,
on?
it's no feces related, but it'll be funny, I think,
Okay.
for you guys.
I'm predicting it's not.
So I'm in school. I
What
think
grade is this now?
sophomore year. No, junior year.
Junior
Junior
year.
year.
So
So
that
you
was
gotta be
17,
16,
16.
16. I graduated at 17.
Did you have a driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went to BOCES. So when you go to BOCES in the morning,
What did you do at BOCES?
building trades.
Oh, well, that
Okay,
makes
no,
sense.
nobody has any clue
So
what
that-
that means. So why don't you just say, I went to a trade program?
Well, that's what it was.
It was yeah. Well,
So
Well,
that's
it's BOCES here.
Grandma
right?
knows what BOCES is.
That screws up your schedule when you're in them groups because most of the school doesn't go.
right.
So I had a gym class with like 8 kids in it. And we had 6 guys and 2 girls. And most of them were also in this program. And we would we had a gym teacher, we play these stupid games. So
Can I ask a question?
yeah.
Were the girls hot?
Yes.
Oh, you know it's bad now.
Gotta be bad.
You know he made a fool of
It
himself.
might not even be embarrassing in the big scheme of things, but in front of good-looking women, it was definitely amplified.
Well, wait a minute. Were they well endowed up top? Because we know that's what you
Oh,
like.
come
That's
on.
what he likes.
That's
No,
what you said it on the
actually,
show.
Somebody said that to me too. Oh yeah, Roach didn't like whoever it was because
Yeah.
she didn't have big enough boobs.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Hey,
see?
I'm just telling you what was on the show. I pay attention.
Yes.
So anyways, we had to play this stupid game. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but they have a
Oh, that's classic.
nice.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
they have a hockey net, and then you have a dodgeball, and you can
A
either
dodgeball.
just a
You
regular
couldn't just say a
little,
dodgeball?
a little dodgeball.
All right.
Okay.
And
I
you
love
can
it when
either-
Tom Brady throws the football.
You can either take 2 steps or 2 dribbles, or
So handball.
No, well, then you had to pass it. And because we only had 2 girls, one was on each team, and you had to pass it to a girl before you could shoot on the other team's goal.
Okay. All right.
And being 16-year-old boys, it got fairly competitive.
Okay. So,
So-
it is handball. We're talking
Yeah.
about handball,
Yeah.
but you have to throw. A girl has to touch it.
Right.
And not what you usually think about when you say handball, but okay. Go ahead.
So whoever was in goal would come up so you could pass it around and shoot in the goal and try to get back.
Right.
So we'd rotate around, and I was in goal. We took a shot. I'm trying to get back. Guy passes it up real quick to a girl, passes it. I'm getting back. He takes a shot. I get nailed in the groin,
So it was kind of handball.
All right.
and I get dropped. Worst one you could get. Like, the guy was a pitcher.
So you go down high.
So I go down hard.
The guy was a what?
He used to pitch
Okay.
for baseball. I used to catch for him.
I thought he said picture.
So I'm down, and it's as bad as I think I'm going to throw up.
Oh yeah.
It's bad.
I wish you would have.
So I literally just crawl to there's like a dividing wall. So I just crawl to the wall and sit. And they start playing again. And I'm just sitting there trying to catch my breath. Finally starting to breathe. Thinking it's getting pretty good. And now class is breaking up.
And then you crap yourself?
No. So one of the girls who I'm friends with comes over, and she comes over to see how I am. So she comes up to me, and I'm sitting on my butt with my knees in the air, my hands on my knees. She comes up, so I look up to see who's over here, and she puts her hand on my leg and is like, "You okay?"
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
You didn't pitch a tent.
I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm okay." So she turns, starts to walk away. The guys are leaving, but now I got a new problem.
You did pitch a tent.
I can't believe you told us
So I just waved the guys on, and it was
Hey.
winter time, so I went over to the door and opened it up, get some fresh air.
this. Hey, you know what? Good to know your junk was still functional.
Oh, my Lord. So,
So
you,
that-
you sat it
I
out
just sat there until everybody
until
left.
they were gone, and then...
If that girl's out there, could you please contact the show, Four Fat Guys?
Oh, that's terrible.
I can't believe he went there.
Hey,
Well, that's the story.
That's an embarrassing story, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
Oh.
I wouldn't have told it. But
It's only embarrassing because he did tell it. Nobody else even knew this is
No.
happened.
Yeah,
No,
he's the only one that knew.
maybe. Maybe the girl knew.
At least in my
Nah,
story,
no.
there were 3 people that knew, besides myself.
Did you pitch a tent when she put her hand on your knee? Is
oh
that-
yeah,
Oh,
well, she's bending over. She's talking to
Oh,
Hey, you know what? When you're 16, you're perpetually pitching tents.
her. Yeah, I mean,
we've just lost all
it's
our
out of
female
control. Like
audience.
breathing. I mean, it's like the launch code goes off.
Josh, you got any, what you call it?
For who? Who's listening at this point? I feel like we've run the gauntlet, and if you're still listening at this point, text
Yeah,
or
aren't we almost done? Can
tweet
we be
in here.
done yet?
all right.
I'm launching a Twitter poll to see if we should replace Roach, and I think this story just sealed his fate. He's
Oh
gone.
no, I think
he's
that-
out.
He's in for life now. You can't come out and announce that you pitched a tent and then be kicked off the show. He's in for life.
Yeah, and I said it thinking there's no way.
You know what the
Yeah,
best
when
part
you
about
said
it
it,
is?
I thought,
that
no.
was a month ago, and we didn't force him to tell that story. That was 100% his choice.
Yeah, he
really-
chose to do
he-
that.
And you know what? I'm proud that he said that first time was that's not an embarrassing story. I'm gonna really make up for this lost time.
I thought he was going to say that she came over and told him that they could see his junk.
No, she was just come over to make sure I was okay.
And you were.
You were, yeah, clearly. it
Everything was
okay.
still functioning. So
Wow.
All right, I got a quick speed round for you guys.
Here we go. Now guaranteed to be stupid.
Would you rather have a chauffeur drive you everywhere, or have a chef make all your meals?
Oh, this is easy.
Oh, this is definitely easy.
Okay. I like the detail.
You're pitching this question to 4 fat guys. It's 100% in this room. Chef, make all your food.
Yeah, me too.
Well, especially since I'm a diabetic.
Oh, dear Lord.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey,
you already got it in this episode.
you
Thanks for-
need special food for when you're diabetic, so it'd be great to have
Yeah, we just
somebody
had flat
fixing that
crust
for me.
pizza or thin crust.
Thin crust, yeah, that's probably not good for a diabetic, but it's better than regular.
Can we get a special sound effect for every time diabetes comes up?
Yeah,
on the
that
show?
would be nice if we had a sound.
Like, what
like
should it
you
be?
ring a bell every time diabetes comes up.
I mean, you're adding like 4 hours of production time to every episode now.
We don't. See
You know,
a
honestly,
problem.
sometimes I look through the list of questions. I don't even know what I can bring up that's not going to circle back to diabetes. You want to know the one I almost gave you? And then I said, no, he might make that about diabetes too.
Well,
I
how
don't-
can you ask one about a chef and not expect
Well-
the diabetes to come up?
So I guess I kind of leaned into it because I was going to ask.
Hey, can I
would
just say, looking at stuff from this angle with the sun on, it looks like he still's got a soft spot on his head. Are you sure that all closed up?
I don't know if I have much hair. I don't have any hair up there, that's for sure.
I was going to ask, would you
rather
rather?
comments like that I wish I was drunk when I was doing this show.
Maybe you should start. This is where the.
But he can't drink because of the diabetes.
Ah,
Yeah, there.
You can do hard liquor, right?
No, it's all
Yeah,
sugar.
that's not good.
Even hard liquor?
A lot
Yeah.
of carbs in liquor.
Oh.
How's the coughing play on the show?
You know, it's great. That, the
I'm sorry. You know,
diabetic nutrition advice.
I have tried.
Hey,
I've tried to get the old man to get rid of the cats in this place. I have cat
Hey.
allergies. I can't help it.
We can find the studio anywhere else.
I've been going back and forth with a bunch of listeners, and they say I listen to Four Fat Guys for three things. I listen. I want to hear Stubb crinkle bottles and hit the mic. I want to hear Ryan cough and sneeze directly into the mic,
It's cat allergies.
and I definitely want to know all about diabetes. So
Well, hey.
I have to change. I'm gonna have to change our category on iTunes. This isn't a comedy podcast. This is a medical podcast.
Listen,
This is science.
From this point on, they're going to want to hear about Roach's embarrassing moments.
Oh, hey! Speaking of food, though, we did forget something from a previous episode that we asked people to give us answers to.
And no one did.
We got the answers.
You did?
Oh yeah.
What was the
So
question?
Roach's Pizza.
Oh, Roach's Nightmare Pizza.
Roach's Nightmare Pizza.
Is it flat crust?
It's going to be pizza with peanut butter and sardines.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He didn't balk at that.
He
one.
didn't
I
buy
like sardines.
There were some answers sent in for that one though. Did you see some of the stuff that came in on
In
that?
the email or on Twitter?
I don't remember where it was, but there was.
there was an answer on Twitter that I don't even want to go into because it was like a half living bird.
Yes, it was called Ball It, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
an egg
yeah, I
right
did
before it hatches.
Yeah.
That is a,
Okay, they don't
that's a
eat that in this
delicacy.
country.
It's a delicacy.
It's a
Yeah,
delicacy.
in some other countries.
What, you got something against other countries?
well, we know
Well,
he
I got
does.
lots against other countries.
Don't encroach on Jeff. That's his whole brand.
He's
on
ripped
me.
on every country so far we've ever.
we can't
talked
help it
about.
if we're Americans.
Oh yeah, what's wrong with that?
No,
We're
there's
the
nothing
best.
wrong with being Americans, but there's nothing wrong with everybody else. either.
I don't know.
There is something wrong with alienating our listeners.
I mean, I could see if you were growing up with that, you could eat it, but I'm not eating it.
Well, I'm just going to say, too.
I don't know if I've had I've had sardines and I don't mind them. I think I could eat it.
I like sardines with hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't think the peanut butter and sardines is good enough. I think we could have done
Whoa,
better.
no, wait, them are awful.
I think we could have done better than that. I
I
wanted that
agree.
other thing. What was the egg one?
I'm not eating that.
It was like balut.
Whoa, hold on,
Whoa,
buddy.
what's wrong, pizza police?
I'm not eating a chick that wasn't born
Well, it's a
2
delicacy.
seconds before.
Well,
it
let
was
me.
born.
Have you ever had a hard-boiled egg?
Well, that's 2 seconds before it was born.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, that's an unfertilized. Isn't that how that works? Eggs are unfertilized.
Yeah, that's how they check them
Does anybody
for.
know how that works?
Hey,
We don't even know how chickens are born.
this is the science portion of the show.
Oh.
Okay, maybe we could get Bill Nye to replace Roach.
And we can ask him stuff like, how do chickens work?
How do they do that whole thing? Anyway, back to Josh's question too. Nobody picked a chauffeur, but I mean, it would be convenient. But I also have, motion sickness. So I
I have no interest in a chauffeur.
See, I would pick the chef, but I wouldn't really want either of them.
I like driving.
Oh, I want a chef.
Why would you not
See,
want
now-
a chef?
That's just someone I got to talk to. I
You don't have to
wanna-
talk to
You
him.
talk to him.
They're in my house.
It's like basically eating takeout for every meal.
Nah, I wouldn't want someone
Look, if
stomping
you
around
can
my house.
afford a chef, you can put your kitchen, build a kitchen that
Yeah,
they
in the
don't even
backyard.
have to look at this
Hey,
person.
didn't you guys just see our merch numbers? I mean, there's no reason we can't get a chef.
Personal
that's
chef
right.
next week.
Are you doing the don't name the name, but where they send you the food and you cook it?
Yeah. If any of you
Don't mention it.
food mail service things, whatever they're called, want to send us some free meals.
There's some that advertise a
Yeah,
lot on
podcasts, yeah.
but you're doing one. How's that working?
The foods-
We're not going to say how until they pay us.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we're not going
We're
to say
doing-
who. Until
Yeah.
I pass.
It might be any of them. So
What is it? A diet thing?
No.
They send you a recipe and the food for it, and
Like
then
the
you cook it.
ingredients. Yeah.
like they
give you-
send you
send
the
you
perfect
everything
amount of
you
food
need.
for two people.
So let me get this straight.
So basically, they go shopping for you.
Yeah.
You've got to. You can't even A, look up the recipe, and B, you don't even have the ambition to go get the.
I'll
stuff
tell
for
you.
the
I'll tell
recipe.
you who wished they had that service was that lady who pooped in the grocery store. She could have pooped at her own house and then cooked, and then she's pooping on her own floor. And who doesn't like pooping on the floor in their own home?
They send you this freezer pack filled box with all of the ingredients for. I think we get 3.
Is that Omaha Steaks? Are you
3
talking
meals.
about?
No, it's not. But I think we get three meals a week, and they send you the perfect amount of ingredients for 2 people for each meal for 3
right.
meals a week.
2 normal people or 4 fat guys people?
No, they're normal people. I
So
mean,
do you have one coming in both
So
your
yours-
name and your wife's name?
You're still hungry after it's
So there's
over.
enough for you?
No. It is a reasonable portion. It's not over the top, but it's not real skimpy either.
We find that reasonable portions really are not reasonable, right, Roach?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Do they have like a plus? 2
Plus
plus?
size.
Like the Hungry Man XXLs.
Yeah, like you
I mean,
can
the
add
people
on,
in this room did finish a sheet pizza and 30 wings a few minutes ago.
or you
so-
add on some extra meat, like double the meat, like a
It was
sub or
thin
something.
crust, though. It was thin crust.
Thin crust,
Yeah.
you can eat way more thin crust for sure. But I like the thin crust.
Without the
No,
bread,
it
it's
was
just eating like pepperoni and cheese. That's
And I don't
it.
know if
Yeah, Ryan, that is what pizza's like.
did we mention to the listeners
Thanks,
that the reason we got the thin crust was because I'm diabetic.
We're done. Bye. We're over.
Bye.
As soon as
Yeah.
he spits out the thin crust, I just say yes, because I don't want to hear the reason he's going to say it.
Thanks for sticking with us.
See ya.
Hey, everybody, this is Josh, the producer, again. First off, I just want to thank you for listening. We really appreciate the fact that you are enjoying this show for some reason. We're not going to ask any questions. Just a reminder, we are a bunch of idiots, and you should not take anything we say as legally binding advice or recommendations or anything. If anything, you might want to consider doing the opposite of anything we just said in this episode. We'd also like to thank the Gothsicles for letting us use their song 4 Fat Guys as our theme song to the show, the intro and outro. If you want to go and check them out on YouTube, you can go ahead and find them. Just search YouTube, the Gothsicles. If you liked what you heard today, you can follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at 4 Fat Guys Show. That's 4 Fat Guys Show, all spelled out. If you go to our website, 4fatguyshow.com, you can find more about what we're doing, what's going on, and you can also find a link to our Patreon site where you'd be able to continue to support the show. We've got some bonus content and rewards for different membership levels, so go ahead and check that out as well. Once again, thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.